Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. Today's video is all about the 1997 Britannia 50p, the coin we can see on screen now. Firstly, I'll go through the design of the coin and then move on to the facts and figures and values at the end. So here is the reverse design, and we can see here Britannia with the shield to her side, resting on her side, with the trident in her hand, and in her other hand a sprig of leaves. She's wearing draped clothing and a helmet, and to her side we can see also the Lion of England there at her feet. This design was done by Christopher Ironside, and at the top we can see the words 50 pence, giving the denomination or value of 50 British pence. And below her there is a number 50, again just enforcing the value of the coin at 50 pence for this coin. We can note it's not a round coin. In fact, it is the first ever, or the 50p was the first ever 7-sided coin. So when first released, it stood out in wallets and purses at the time. The design was a public competition and it was won by Christopher Ironside, and we can see there the design that was chosen, the Britannia. Now then, moving on to the obverse of the coin, we can see here the portrait of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. This is her third portrait, and it was done by Raphael Macluf. We can see her facing to the right, with an earring and a necklace, and a crown upon her head. The portrait cuts off just below the neck, and we can see there on the truncation of the neck the initials for the designer Raphael Macluf. To the left and right of her is the legend of the coin, in abbreviated Latin, and it reads Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1997. So the date, obviously 1997, is the year it was struck, and then the legend translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. These are her titles as monarch, and also linking to the divine right of kings and queens, how she's been chosen by God to rule. So, there is the design of the coin, and we'll now move on to the facts and figures of this 1997 50p. It was minted at the Llantrisant Mint in Wales, where the Royal Mint moved for decimalisation and has been ever since. The coin is composed of a cupro-nickel alloy. This consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, and was first used in coins back in 1947 when it was brought out for replacing the silver coins. The size of the 50p was shrunk down this year in 1997, being the first year of smaller 50p's. These coins weighed 8 grams and had a new smaller diameter of 27.5 millimeters, but still are a big coin, one of the largest in circulation. The mintage of this coin is 456,554,405, and is the most common 50p you will find in your change, and extremely common date. A 50 pence coin is of course worth 50p. This is then ½ of a pound, as there are two 50p's to every pound sterling in the UK. Back in 1997, when the coin was made, a 50p then was worth £1.17 today, so the coin has lost over half of its value, drastically decreasing in buying power since it was made in 1997. But the coin is still legal tender and can still be spent at the value of 50p, which is worth ½ of a pound. But should you spend it? Let's find out. What is the true collector value of this coin? Well, in poor conditions worth around 50p, in fine conditions worth about 50 pence, in extremely fine conditions worth around 52p, and around £1 sterling in uncirculated grade with no wear, marks or damage on the coin. So a very cheap coin, barely worth over face value even in the highest grade, and almost every single one of the tens and hundreds of millions made is just worth 50p. Although it is a cool coin as the first year of small size 50p's. So there we go. Please do subscribe to the channel if you learned something new and enjoyed, and thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us again soon for some more coins in the future on the Bits and Bobs channel. Bye!